President Sisi reviews transport projects emphasizing port development, logistics, African trade, and industrial expansion. Egypt reaffirms support for Somalia's unity, stability, and national institutions' success. And Prime Minister Madbouli reviews procedures for listing Safi and Wataniya companies. And you're watching the latest updates from Egypt on Qnews. Let's move to the latest developments. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has met with key officials to review the progress of transport and industrial projects with a particular focus on port development. President el-Sisi emphasized the importance of accelerating the development of integrated logistical systems to connect production areas with modernized ports. He also called for enhanced connections with African countries to support trade and infrastructure projects. The discussions further addressed the high-speed rail network and strategies for industrial expansion aimed at boosting local production. These efforts are part of a broader plan to strengthen Egypt's economy through industrial localization. Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has spoken with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken about Gaza and Syria. Abdelati called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, unimpeded humanitarian aid, and an end to Israel's targeting of healthcare infrastructure. Regarding Syria, Abdelati emphasized Egypt's support for a nationally owned, inclusive political transition. Blinken praised Egypt's vital role in regional stability during their discussion. An Egyptian official source has completely denied claims by Israeli media regarding Egypt's preparations for military intervention in Yemen. The Egyptian official source added that such reports are disinformation and completely unfounded. And Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has reaffirmed Egypt's full support for Somalia's unity, independence, and territorial integrity in accordance with international law to ensure the country's security and stability. During a phone call with his Somali counterpart, Ahmed Maalem Fi'i, Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati expressed Egypt's support for the role of Somalia's national institutions. He also emphasized Egypt's readiness to provide all necessary technical assistance to help these institutions fulfill their role in achieving the aspirations of the Somali people. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, and his French counterpart, Jean-Noël Barrot, have discussed efforts to reach a ceasefire in Gaza, as well as developments in Syria and Somalia. Minister Abdelati reaffirmed Egypt's support for the Syrian people, emphasizing the need for an inclusive political transition in Syria to preserve the stability and unity of the Syrian state. And Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Migration, Badr Abdelati, and his Lebanese counterpart, Abdullah Bouhabib, have discussed the latest developments in Lebanon in light of the upcoming Lebanese parliament session to elect a new president. Egypt's Minister Abdelati stressed the need for intensive efforts to achieve a Lebanese-led consensus to resolve Lebanon's presidential vacancy free from foreign interference. The ministers also discussed the political and security situation in Syria, emphasizing support for the will of the Syrian people and state unity and a Syrian-led political transition without foreign influence. Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has also met with the head of the National Media Authority, Ahmed al-Muslimani. Abdelati and al-Muslimani discussed key regional and international challenges, emphasizing the vital role of national media in raising awareness about Egypt's position on pressing regional issues. Minister Abdelati expressed confidence in the authority's role and commended its efforts in addressing these challenges, particularly in light of the ongoing developments in the Middle East and Africa. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has sent a greeting cable to Pope Tawadros II of Alexandria, Patriarch of the See of St. Mark, and to the Egyptian Copts on the occasion of Christmas. In his cable, the Prime Minister extended his heartfelt greetings to the Pope on the occasion and wished Egypt continued progress and prosperity. Pope Tawadros II, Pope of Alexandria and Patriarch of the See of Mark, will lead the Coptic Christmas Mass at the new capital's cathedral on Monday evening. Last year, Pope Tawadros II and Coptic clergymen designated Koyak, the fourth month of the Coptic calendar, to pray for the people of Palestine. Labour Minister Mohammed Gobran has warned citizens who want to work either inside or outside the country against fake job advertisements found by some websites and social networking pages. In a statement, Minister Gobran urged people not to communicate or deal with such websites and remain vigilant while searching for open job positions, and urged people to swiftly report such fake advertisements to the relevant authorities. Cabinet's Information and Decision Support Center expounded Egypt's experiment in carrying out the Green Cities program in cooperation with the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development to transform the 6th of October city to a green one. The Green Cities program comes as part of a joint strategy with the bank for the period 2022-2026, which is based on three main pillars, including green transformation in Egypt, as well as the national priorities for the transition to green. And Egypt has launched a special postage stamps to celebrate over a century of Egyptian diplomacy and the founding of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The ceremony, held at the Tahrir Palace, was attended by Minister of Communications Amr Talat and Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdelati. Talat presented 4 stamps featuring the ministry's main headquarters throughout the years. This initiative highlights Egypt's strong diplomatic history and its ongoing dedication to safeguarding the nation's interests and security. Business Insider Africa has highlighted Egypt as one of the top 10 travel destinations in Africa for 2025. The continent's rich diversity is captivating both tourists and investors, offering an array of unforgettable experiences. Egypt, renowned for its ancient wonders, stands out with iconic attractions such as the Pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx, the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, and the majestic Abu Simbel temples. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has followed up on the procedures for offering the Safi and Wataniya companies, which are affiliated with the Egyptian Armed Forces, as part of the government's privatization program. At the start of the meeting, Prime Minister has referenced last month's announcement regarding the government's intention to list 10 state-owned companies, either through the stock exchange or to strategic investors. He emphasized that these offerings are part of the implementation of the state ownership policy document and the government's efforts to strengthen the role of the private. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli held a meeting today to follow up on the development steps of the new Sphinx City in the presence of Sharif al-Shirbini, the Minister of Housing, Utilities and Urban Communities. At the beginning of the meeting, Prime Minister pointed out the diversity of proposed uses within the strategic plan for the new Sphinx City, including agricultural, residential, industrial, investment and logistical, given its proximity to many vital facilities, including Sphinx International Airport. And Egypt's Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Karim Badawi, has announced the resumption of Zohr gas field development and the drilling of 2 new wells starting this month. Badawi also revealed plans for a mineral resources digital portal and new mining areas to attract investment in 2025. He outlined a strategy focusing on increasing production, exploration, refining, and renewable energy. The ministry aims to boost Egypt's energy and mining sectors, reduce petroleum imports, and foster economic growth. Egypt's Ministry of Planning has released its 2024 annual report, highlighting key economic achievements. Private sector investments surged to £133.1 billion, a 30% increase. The Minister, Rania El-Mashat, emphasized the goal to increase private sector investments to 50% of the total investments by 2024-2025, in line with Egypt's Vision 2030. The report also prioritizes green projects, with 50% of the public investments directed towards environmental sustainability and renewable energy initiatives. The Financial Regulatory Authority has reported that total financing reached £718 billion in the first 10 months of 2024. This includes £397.4 billion from share issuances and £31.5 billion from other securities. Financing for MSMEs totaled £76.7 billion, while the insurance sector saw a £77.1 billion in premiums. The FRA has also noted £2.86 trillion in asset-backed declarations, demonstrating the sector's resilience and contribution to economic growth. And the Environment Minister, Yasmin Fouad, has revealed that total revenues from Egypt's nature reserves rose by 40% in 2024 compared to 2023 and by over 19,000% compared to 2017-2018. The minister outlined the key achievements of the nature protection sector in 2024, which include preserving ecosystems, developing nature reserve infrastructure, conserving biodiversity, supporting local communities, protecting endangered species, and enforcing environmental laws. She added that each of these pillars encompasses a variety of programs and activities aimed at supporting Egypt's national efforts towards a green and sustainable transition. And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin, and here's what we have been covering. President Sisi reviews transport projects, emphasizing port development, logistics, African trade, and industrial expansion. Egypt reaffirms support for Somalia's unity, stability, and national institution success. And Prime Minister Madbouli reviews procedures for listing Safi and Wataniya companies. And that's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.